How to fit coilovers on your LS400 in less than 5 minutes. First step, jack up your car, get it on 4-axle stands. Now, like me, if you have a mint interior and a mint parcel shell, I highly recommend you take these seats out. Pull this one from the bottom out as hard as you can. This one, there are a bolt behind each headrest, one in the middle there and 2 down there. Take your seat belts off from the bottom. That will remove the whole seats and you can get to the strut towers a lot easier. Now that's done, you can see what I mean. You can get easy access to the strut towers. There they are. Seats out, strut towers. Once we've got access to the top bolts, we now need to do the bottom end of the suspension. Now to do this, you need to undo this sway bar link and this bolt here. That will then release the bottom arm of the suspension and we can get the top out and pull it out. So that's the rear suspension out. As I said, 2 bolts, drops the arm, drops the suspension. That's now out. Let's now move on to the front. Now on the front, it's relatively the same, just with a different arm. So this top one here that comes through here, undo that bolt, give this edge a good whack and it should separate. Then again, this bolt here, just like the back, undo that one and slide it straight out. Once them bottom 2 bolts are undone and released, you then come up to the top, undo the 3 top strut nuts, and then that will release the whole arm. So now at this point, you should have all shocks out, nothing left in the car, ready to fit your brand new coilovers. Now I have started with the rears of my coilovers that I've got. I've actually got HSDs. You may have something different. They all work in the same way. Basically, before you put them in the car, try and do some measuring from your old struts to work out how much lower, doing them both the exact same, and then fit them to the car. When lowering a car, my method, tried and tested, always works, never lets me down, is start at the strut tops. So this rear one, I have bolted in the 3 nuts at the top. This will leave the suspension hanging. Then essentially use a jack from the underneath to jack up the wheel until your bolts line up in that bottom hub. Same again with the front, but I will show you when we get to the front. Now the rear suspension is fitted. If any of your measurements and calculations were off and not correct and you would like to adjust the height, you can either compress the spring. If you already run out, you can compress the spring to get more lows, or you can wind it down this way to get it a little bit higher. Make sure you tighten both of these up whenever you are finished. Right, on to the fronts. I'm going to try and show you quickly the method I described on the back. So, yeah, now I've got 1 bolt on there, I can pretty much let go. So yeah, feed it in, bolt in at the top, and then come underneath with the jack. Once you have secured the top of the suspension by them 3 nuts, you next want to join back up this arm that we took off of here. So it's just that castle nut. Once that castle nut is done up hand tight, same again with the jack underneath until it lines up with the bolt holes. Now at this stage, we're pretty much done. The one thing I would recommend from here is please go round and double check every nut and bolt that you have touched and make sure it is tight. Other than that, this has been how to fit your LS400 coilovers in less than 5 minutes. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.